You said there have never been any stipulations on her gift. She says this particular gift, though, she talked to you about it being named after her family and that she wanted a couple of criteria. She wanted the $15,000 to go to support a student in Atlanta who was going to an Atlanta area university or college. Now you're under oath. Did you never have that discussion with Miss Smiley?
She expressed her wishes.
And what were her wishes?
Her wishes were that one student received the $15,000. I listened to her, and at the time, we had 4 students that needed this allocation. So the question is, either allocate the money towards the 4 students, and this is a question of need. They need the money now, and the nonprofit is ready to allocate or designate the fund.
Did you go back to Ms. Smiley and say, you know what? You designated this $15,000, which is what you've said, that she wanted it to go to a student who was going to college in the Atlanta area. Explain to me what happened to the $15,000.
The $15,000 was allocated towards 4 students, and again, this is based on needs.
4 students, so that the 4 students go to an Atlanta area university, college, or university?
They went to vocational schools, a design school, FIDM, which falls into the description of higher education, and also locksmith and other vocational categories.
Who did you bring as a witness here?
One of the recipients of Ms. Smiley's generous donation is right here, is Alana.
Okay, and Alana, you got part of this. How much money out of the $15,000, Mr. Holtz, was she allocated?
$3,500.
$3,500. And what did you use that $3,500 for?
Your Honor, I will be attending FIDM in San Francisco, and the $3,500 is going towards my actual tuition and cutting down on loan costs that I will need to take out.
All right, so.
Your Honor, I have, maybe would shed some light on this too. I have 2 pieces of documentation. One is a letter that I sent in conjunction with my initial donation, which specifies how I hope it will continue on in the university situation. Also, I have the letter saying what was going to be happening with the money, that it was going to be dispersed a little bit to 4 different students. And this is the letter where he talks about that as well, Your Honor. I mean, that was another reason. I mean, it's a drop in the bucket for her education. My hope was to give one student a good, solid start and to have them really benefit from it instead of, $3,500 that's going to, be lost in the first semester in San Francisco.
So, Your Honor, I guess I should have waited, not designated the funds, and then this young lady, among the 3 others, wouldn't have had the opportunity to go to school.
Mr. Holtz, this foundation, this nonprofit, has been in business for 20 years. Miss Smiley and her family are not the only contributors. So don't sit here and tell me that this $15,000 was the only resource you had to be able to help these 4 students, because I don't buy it. You read her letter. She specifically says, "It is my intention to donate over a 5-year period to Bright Lives Foundation the sum of $250,000 over 5 years. That's $250,000. Why burn this bridge with a $15,000 gift that she made, that she specifically outlines in writing to you exactly how it's supposed to be allocated?
We're not trying to burn bridges. We're trying to mend this.
All right,
I did attempt to call her and to rectify this and resolve this prior to ending up here.
Mr. Holtz, this is very, very, very bad. Because not only have you alienated a family that's already given $150,000, then you get another $15,000, and they plan to give the program, the nonprofit, to send other young people to school $250,000. So let me just say something positive to you. I appreciate the fact that you are supporting young people. But that $15,000 was not intended to help someone go to vocational school for plumbing and fashion design and the other two categories
All
you
these
told me.
categories fall within the
No, they don't.
definition
No, they don't. No,
of
they
higher
don't.
education.
No, they do not. When a layperson says, I am making a contribution for higher education, the reasonable conclusion and assumption is that it's going to be college and university. You're going to pay every dime of this $15,000 back because you don't get it. And your board is foolish to let you continue to
I
be
was
CEO.
perfectly within my rights with my actions.
Well, you know you're going to be perfectly in your rights with your action to give back the $15,000 because
That's
in
your
writing.
opinion.
Oh, my opinion is the only one that matters in this courtroom. Mr. Holton, if you say one more word, I'm holding you in contempt of court. You hear me? Say one more word. I dare you to say one more word in here. You are obnoxious. You should be fired as a CEO. Your board is ridiculous to have you because you have burned critical bridges, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars that can be used for students who need it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount